What's up, Falcon fans? This is the recap video where we discuss what happened to the Atlanta Falcons. If you guys like this type of content, hit that like button. If you guys hate this type of content, hit that dislike button. If you want to do a huge favor for your boy, hit that subscribe button. We'll help the empire grow tremendously. And on that note, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the Falcons. So let's start out with the good. Drake London did an excellent job when his name was called upon when he caught 9 receptions for 125 receiving yards. Kyle Pitts and Jonathan Smith both got their first touchdowns of the seasons for the Atlanta Falcons. You know, in grand total, it was a total catches for a piece for them out of the 28 completions from Desmond Ridder. Now, Desmond Ridder had some lows, but he also has some of his highs. And I know some people are going to say, well, he's trash because he threw those 3 interceptions. Well, calm down. Throwing 3 interceptions does not make you trash, okay? Then they don't know football, clearly. He did a pretty good job when he was in the pocket, when he's making sure that he wasn't getting pressure a lot, when he could see clear visions, when great play calls were at his disposal. But when they're not, then he starts to get a little rattled. And I don't really blame all of it on Desmond Ridder. Now, the first interception, I could definitely blame it on him, but for the other 2, you really have to dive deep and figure out the reasons why those other 2 were not his fault. Now, the second one, where he was pressured and the clock hit 0, but then Arthur Smith didn't hit a timeout, so then Desmond Ridder just had to lob it up. And so, yes, I guess you can partly blame it on him, but then at the same time, that he wasn't set ready and he just had to make a play. So, and then the other one where he got intercepted at the very last, and where that should have been a holding call, but of course, you know, Davis got the benefit of the doubt, even though he was holding on you know, okay, but now let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, right? Because they did what they had to do, because the Washington Commanders were giving up 5 sacks per game. So the Falcons defense did their job in getting the sacks, getting the pressures, making sure that Sam Howell was not going to go bananas on them, because last week against the Chicago Bears, he threw for 388 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, but 5 sacks that he collapsed on. And you know why we got all those 5 sacks? Because the offensive line for the Washington Commanders were already bad. So you took advantage of their badness. And that's how you're supposed to do it. So, great job. Even still, the Atlanta Falcons defense is still a pretty good defense. Pass rushing, not so much. But besides all that, you know, the defense stepped up when they had to. Believe me, they had to. So now let's talk about the bad. I mean, no disrespect to the Washington Commanders, but on paper, the Atlanta Falcons are a superior team. Now, on the field, if you look at the stat sheets and total yards, 402 for the Falcons, 193 for the Commanders. Passing yards, 296 for us, and 121 for them. Rushing yards, 106 for us, and 72 for them. Yards per play, 5.1 for us. For them, 3.9. And you kind of, I'm not trying to be yelly or mad or negative here, but it's so frustrating because we have 26 first downs compared to their 13. When it comes to third down efficiency, you know, we have 5 out of 15. They have 2 out of 10. You know, fourth down conversions. They have 1. We have 1 out of 3. Total play calls, we have 79. They have 50. Sacks allowed, they gave up 5. We gave up 3. Penalties, they got 6 penalties for 40 yards. For us, 4 penalties for 31 yards. Fumble loss, none of that. Throwing interceptions to us. So you can understand time of possession, 36.22 for us, and for them, 23.38. So you can tell what is the problem. It's the turnovers. I swear to God, I'm not going to try to lose my shit. I do apologize, by the way. We should have won this game. I'm not blaming the defense. I'm not going to blame the offense mostly on the players, because the players got to do what they got to do, right? I am blaming all of this on Arthur Smith. This guy, I do not understand. First of all, why would you go for it on 4th and 3 and not having a smart, logistic, you know, wide open coverage if you're going to throw it to Bijan Robinson when he was clearly draped over? You should have punted the ball. I don't understand. And their lack of creativity. Again, with the play action that hurt Desmond Ridder so much when you knew that our right tackle or left tackle couldn't defend, you know, Chase Young and the other boys where they were just swimming around. So the idea of just not running the ball when you need to run the damn ball. When you're at the end zone, the red zone, I don't care whose zone it is. You run the ball. That's who you are. Stop trying to be tricky. Stop trying to be. I know. Okay, excuse me for a second. I'm sorry. This is just all coming emotions, but you can understand why this is so frustrating as Falcon fans. Why is Arthur Smith trying to be the biggest donkey? I don't understand. He's not like this. These are some of the stupidest play calls I've ever seen on third downs, second downs, even first downs sometimes. He's not consistent enough. And I can't blame Desmond Ridder for trying to do his job when he's giving ridiculous play calls. I just can't believe it. And the biggest sin that just shows you why we're going to lose this game. And because we did. It was that stupid call when you went for 2. There was no reason to go for 2. Just kick the damn field goal. I don't understand why you, first of all, when you messed up that, Drake London 2-point conversion, I said, okay, you tried it, kick the field goal, man. No, they don't do it, and then they run the ball. Even then, if they, it would have been good if they got it, but you're a running team, right? You're supposed to establish a run. And if you can't get 2 yards, inches in the run, I swear to God, I don't know what Arthur Smith is thinking. Dave Ragone, I don't know what he does for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know. Arthur Smith is too stuck up on his own to not really, I just don't know. And sometimes they do these ridiculous play calls that stop trying to be fancy. Just do what you got to do. Just get first down yardage. Just be confident in yourself. Get short yardage to make sure that Desmond Ridder has a better chance in getting the first down. Stop trying to go goofy and trying to look pretty and going crazy ass plays. Just convert the first down. Live another down. It's like, why you have to be big about it? And the time clock management. What the hell was that all about? Arthur Smith, you've been in the NFL so long that you should know. Just call a timeout. I understand completely why they want to savor those timeouts, but we have a legit good defense where we can stop them, and it's proven that we stopped them 3 times in the 4th quarter when we need to do. First of all, we're at like the 2 or 1 yard line, and then we could just bulldoze our way in, but of course the clock went out. Just take a timeout. It doesn't hurt. I'd rather get points than move backwards. Yeah, at least if you get points, they will have to kick a field goal to win it. But even, okay, in the second one, when they were under pressure, right, with Desmond Ridder was going to get all that pressure, and the clock hit 0, and it should have been a flag, or at least, Arthur Smith should have called a timeout. No, it didn't. So when the ball got snapped, Desmond Ridder just got pressured, and he just lobbed it up for an interception. You gotta make smart decisions by calling a timeout. It's okay to waste a timeout when you need to if you're trying to score a touchdown. I've been defending Arthur Smith since his first game against the Philadelphia Eagles until last season, his first game against the New Orleans Saints when we blew that lead again. Arthur Smith, I cannot keep defending this man. I want to. I do believe that Arthur Smith is a good head coach in some aspects. When it comes to the offensive passing game, that's a wholly different story. I still wish that Arthur Smith, I still believe in it. I think he has a great game plan. I just don't know why he's not executed right. Maybe he needs to get an offensive coordinator, but I just don't know why. It's just not producing quick enough. We have not been scoring 30-plus points. This offense have first round draft picks, and we're not scoring. We're scoring less than 20 points per game. One of my biggest problems with Arthur Smith right now, he did not take a full advantage of the Washington Commanders where they're giving up 30-plus points. I could clearly understand if it was the Bills and the Eagles because they have some high-power offense, but when you give up 33 points to the Broncos and then 40 points to the Chicago Bears, you cannot score at least 24 or 25 to even 30 points per game for yourself when you have superior weapons, when you have first-round draft picks. I can't believe you're mismanaging how firepower the Atlanta Falcons offense can be. I think the Atlanta Falcons team in whole are a good team, but when you have Arthur Smith coaching, I actually have to question it. So now let's talk about the Falcons. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are a bad team. Let's get that straight right out. They have talent. we have all the tools in the tool shed to go to the playoffs and maybe make some noise. Of course, the NFL season is not over. We just played 6 games. We're 3-3, and we can definitely change it up. It will definitely be hard to do that, but it can happen. We see teams do it when they finally come to their senses, because in late October through the mid of November, we have a good shot in winning all those 4 games before the bye week, and that could definitely, change the outcome for the Atlanta Falcons. But that all depends on how Arthur Smith will attack the offensive side of the ball. Unfortunately, I have to go that route because he has not given me a lot of hopes that he will be willing to change or maybe get an offensive coordinator. I just don't know what Dave Bergone is doing. I don't know what Arthur Smith wants in offensive coordinator. It's just so mind-blowing to me because we are definitely better than our records has shown us lately. Congratulations, to the Washington Commanders, because at the end of the day, they found a way to win games. They found a way not to turn over the ball. Sam Howell did his thing, what he needed to do to win them that game. So congratulations to the Commander fans, and good luck on your season, man. So on that note, the Atlanta Falcons still has a fighting chance to get into the playoffs. It just depends on what they're going to do with it at this point in time. If you guys like this type of content, there's more videos for you guys here on the screen. So what do Falcons do? Rise up. Until the next episode, show love and peace to the world, and peace.